And today I am going to talk on ICT tools for online teaching. In my last session, I had spoken of a tool called as Loom. So today, let us take 10 steps to TesTeach. So today's tool that I'm going to talk on is TesTeach. Now let us understand what this tool is. This tool is an amazing tool. Let us understand what this tool is about. And as the tagline goes of TesTeach, it states that it creates digital lessons just in 5 minutes. And that is a striking feature basically of TesTeach. As an educator, uh, for an educator, it is a free online resource, so any educator could log in and start creating their own or developing their own course content. Now, basically, it is designed to help teachers to create digital lessons. It is an interactive lesson platform where you could have your digital lessons um, put forward to the students. You can have your own content placed on this TesTeach platform. You can also search for any content from the web. For students, it is of use in the sense that students can also create their own lessons and they can also use it for presentation purpose. So both these purposes are resolved with the help of TesTeach. Now let us take 10 steps towards TesTeach. So step number 1, basically, we would be going to the website of TesTeach. So over here, I've given the website address. It is https://www.tes.com. So you could directly go to this website, or you could Google it and then click on the link which is given on the Google and go to the said screen. Now this is TesTeach page of TesTeach. Over here, you could see in the step 1, we are going to first sign up for TesTeach. And when we sign up, we get a pop-up saying that join test for free. So because we are going to use a free version of TesTeach, it will ask you your role. Okay, so you need to select the role which you would be playing in the TesTeach on the TesTeach platform, so that TesTeach will be able to create a proper dashboard for you. So over here, I've selected I am a teacher. So in case you are a support staff, or you are a student or a parent, you could have your own role placed there on TesTeach. After you select the role, it will ask you for credentials. So basically, in order to personalize your dashboard, TesTeach is going to ask you what kind of school do you work, or for whom do you work. For example, there is adult education, there is child education, there is PG, and subsequently there is a drop down list from which you can find out what kind of school or institute do you work for. Then you have to select your main subject. For example, over here I've selected business and finance because I'm going to create a lesson for in the field of finance. So I've selected from the drop down menu business and finance. Subsequently, you will get other options like chemistry, history, or science. So you could get other options as well. Then it will ask you for which curriculum do you teach. So there are again many options, like there is Australian curriculum, there is Canadian curriculum, there is Indian curriculum. So over here uh, I have selected Indian curriculum. Then it will ask me how many years I have been in teaching. So I have written since in 2004 I have started my teaching. And then subsequently, after you finish filling all the credentials, you need to continue to register. Now, as far as registration is concerned for the TesTeach, it allows you to get registered with your previously or rather existing Google account. You can also log in or register through your Facebook account. So these are two options through which you can get registered. So this is about registering. Step 5, now TesTeach, after I have given all the credentials, all the things what they have asked for, they have created a dashboard for me. So this is my personalized dashboard where you could see they have asked me whether I want to create a lesson. So if I want to create a unit or a lesson which is connected with my subject, I can very well create it by just clicking on this hyperlink. Once I click this hyperlink, step 6 is basically creating a lesson. So it will ask me about which lesson I want to have. So over here I have just placed financial management, and after I place it, uh, I will just click on this OK button, so that it will help me to create a chapter or a unit or a lesson in TesTeach. Now, once I am done with it, I get a screen which talks about my subject, that is financial management, and then I am given certain areas to place my content. Okay. Now, over here, as you can read, this is about dropping your resource. So TesTeach will give you n number of options or list of there is n number of resources which are provided over here. Once you click this resource, you will get subsequent items in front of those resources. So if I'm clicking YouTube, in connection to my subject financial management, I get these many YouTube videos. So I need to just click on this video and just drop my resource over here. Now this is in connection to my unit or chapter. Another thing which is again very striking with TesTeach is I can add text in TesTeach. Along with resources, I can also have my assignments. I can also have certain text incorporated in my lesson. Another thing, after I put in all the resources, as an educator, I'm also concerned about the assessment parameter of my students. So TesTeach doesn't fail in that way also, because it allows you to create or add your own quizzes. So you can have an option of creating your own MCQ test which is connected with your subject. So this is the novelty of TesTeach. Now let's get to understand what are these things which are written, or what is this list of resources which is available to you for drop or drag and drop kind of option. So let's go to the list of resources which is available to you. So the first resource is the test resource. They themselves provide certain resources which are connected or which might be linked to your lesson that you're creating for your students. Then you have an option of directly linking to YouTube channel and dropping the resource or a video from that channel to your own TesTeach space on the dashboard. Then you can also have certain searches from Google. If there is a PDF file or a Word file or any presentation you want to put, you can Google it and just drag and drop the resource over there. Then there are Google images. Supposedly I want a very good image of financial management. I can very well access the Google image resource and I can incorporate that in my chapter. Then I can also use Flickr. I can insert any web page which is available freely on Google, or any web page. I can also include it in my resources. Then I can also insert from my Google Drive any sort of file which I feel is connected to the chapter. I can drag and drop the same on the resource list. Then I can insert from my Dropbox. I can also upload a media or a file. So this is a list of all the resources that are available with you on TesTeach. Now moving on, let us understand step 8. Now step 8 is basically creating quizzes. As I said earlier, you can have a drag and drop of resources. You can add text and you can create quizzes as well. So let me show you how to create quiz. So once you have clicked on the button create quiz, this is what you get. So you need to add or enter a question. You need to select the correct option. You need to give certain options. If you have over here, I can see only 2 options. If I want to add some more options, I can just click on add answer and I can create one more option. So MCQ type of quizzes could be created very easily with TesTeach. And after I finish by putting all those MCQs over here, I just have to click on this button called as done button. This is how it looks like. I have created one question MCQ type for my chapter, that is financial management. So I say that primary goal of financial management is, and then I have given 3 options. If I want one more option, I can just click the add answer kind of option, and then I can select the correct option that I feel. And after I select the correct option, then I have to uh, press the button called as done. Okay, so this is about quizzes. Step 9 talks play. Now I want to see how, after clicking the link, my student, how this site would be visible to them, and rather how this chapter would look like. So I would first test it. So over here, as you could see, there is a button called as play. I would just click on this button, and the site will show me one by one these resources which I have added, and sequentially which I have added. So my first resource that I had used was a Google image. As you could see, this is just an image. So I've started my chapter by specifying this chapter is about financial management. If I have to go to the next resource or the next chapter, I have to just click this arrow. So after clicking this, it takes me to page 2, that is resource 2, a Google page which I felt was connected with the topic financial management. Now this page talks about financial management, meaning, objectives and functions. So this is the basic that I want my students to know about financial management. So this is the second resource sequentially which I had in the last slide placed. The third resource that I had put was an YouTube video. I had just dragged it and dropped it on the dashboard. So it was on number 3, and over here also when you are playing, it looks that the resource is on number 3. So this is a lecture the student can view after clicking on the play button. So this video is accessible. Moving on, now the last thing that I had done with my dashboard was, while I was creating the unit, was I was trying to provide a quiz for my students. So this is the way the quiz has appeared. Now there is a button called as view results. If the student clicks this, he would be able to see that whether his answer was correct or not. So you can get immediate results as far as quizzes are concerned. And from the student side, from the faculty side, you need to just ensure that this quiz is on board, that is on your dashboard and free for assessments. Now, once you have done with this, step 10 basically talks about sharing your resource. So there is no use keeping it with yourself. You rather have created this for your students, so why not to share it? So over here you could see there is a green button which says share. So I am just going to click on this share button, and what I get to see is again something has popped up. So I can see there is a share link which I've got, the lesson link. Now I can share it through Google Classroom, through Twitter. I can embed in certain blog. I can email it. I can also place it on Facebook. I can also have a QR code of this. And over here, because I wanted to test it, I just clicked on email, and what I get is the link of, it asks me to which email ID do you want to send this link. So I have given an email ID over here, as you could see. And then I have specified that this email ID should be getting this link, and the link should be called as Unit 1 Financial Management. So once I click over here, as in the send button, the link would be sent to the subsequent to the mail ID which I have provided over here. Now this is all about TesTeach. I hope you have understood how you could use this tool for your digital, rather the online in the online teaching and learning process. You can also explore this tool to find out how you could include your students, or how you could make this link public on Google. So even that could be explored.